Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I had originally planned to film this video tomorrow morning and use this morning, Sunday morning, to go return that awful Dior foundation that I tested out in my last video. I was planning on going and returning that to Sephora, but they don't open until 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I didn't realize that they opened that late on Sundays. So that's the plan for today. I'm just killing some time. Another thing, I spent all day yesterday out on the lake and I got pretty sunburnt, and it doesn't really look that bad just looking at me, but I promise you it is that bad. Honestly, I'm kind of neutral in this video. I'm not super excited to film, but I'm not excited to film at the same time. I just haven't really tried Colourpop before. I got 2 of their Super Shock shadows like 3 years ago and I never touched them. And then I got this Element of Surprise palette in a past BoxyCharm and I liked it. It was very pink. All the colors in here were very pink, but I did like it. But those are really the only things that I have tried from Colourpop. So when I saw that they were releasing this new foundation, it was kind of cool for me, but I wasn't like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting forever for this. So in case you did not read the title of this video, I am going to be testing out Colourpop's brand new foundation. So their new foundation is called the No Filter Foundation, and I got the shade Light 70, and it looks pretty dark, but we're going to make it work, and we're just going to go with the flow today and just play around with this and see how it wears on my skin. In my order, I also purchased their new setting powder, and it is called the No Filter Setting Powder. Got this one in the shade Translucent. There were multiple shades to choose from depending on your skin tone, but Translucent was the best option for me because I am so fair. I ordered this foundation the day that it launched, and they had a promo code going on now. I honestly don't know if they still have it going on. I think the promo code was for if you bought the foundation or if you bought their concealer. I didn't buy their concealer. I have heard really good things about it, but I just personally wasn't really interested in buying it. But the promo code was for a free foundation brush, and it is the F16 brush. I personally am not really a fan of these brushes, but it was free, so I put in the promo code and got it for free. So that's the only reason that I got this brush, but I don't think that I'm going to use this brush in this video today. The last thing that I ordered from Colourpop is this flat top Kabuki brush, and it is the number F15. I really enjoy brushes like this for putting on foundation. I like them a lot more than brushes like this. So this is definitely a brush that I'm going to be testing out today. I'm going to try to put this foundation on one half of my face with the brush and then the other half with a beauty sponge. Usually on Sunday mornings, either me or Chevy will go pick up breakfast from McDonald's or Hardee's or somewhere and bring it back to the house, and we'll just kind of lay there and eat and watch TV. But this morning he had errands to run and he left, and so like I'm starving because I haven't eaten. But I have some gummies with me. These are the best gummies in the world. I've been eating these for forever. These are the Mott's Assorted Fruit gummies, and they are so darn delicious. Oh gosh, it's stuck in my throat. But let's test this foundation. The more I talk about it, the more excited I get, so we're just gonna see what this foundation does for me. It's probably gonna be so dark, but I've got a really light concealer that I can lighten it up with, so if I need to, I will do that. I absolutely love that this foundation has a pump on it. I can't tell you how many high-end foundations I tried that don't have a pump. And it's a glass bottle, so it feels so nice. And it was only $12. I don't think I said that before, but $12 for a foundation, I can do. I've started with this much on my face, and I'm gonna go in first with this flat top brush, and I'm gonna try to stipple this in and see what kind of coverage we get. I honestly don't know anything about this foundation. I think that it's supposed to be like medium to full coverage, but we're gonna see how it looks. It definitely is spreading really easily, and it's not the shade for me. I already know, you don't have to tell me. All right, for starters, I know it looks crazy because I'm sunburnt, and it's just not my color, but I'm going to lighten this up with concealer, so don't freak out yet. Don't rip me apart yet in the comment section. We're gonna make this better, I promise. I've applied pretty much the same amount on this side. I'm gonna go in with this dirty Real Techniques sponge and try to blend this out a little bit, see what type of coverage we get with the sponge. I for sure did not get the same coverage on this side as I did on this side. It's definitely more full coverage on this side that I use the brush with, but it doesn't look bad. I honestly kind of like the finish more of this side than I do of this side, so it might be worth it to just use more product and go in with another layer on this side just to build it up because I really do like the finish. It looks a little bit smoother than this side. I'm just finishing up the rest of my face with the brush just so I don't have to apply too many layers, and because I want to do a wear test for this foundation and I don't want to get really cakey because I applied too many layers. I finished up my forehead with the brush, and I'm going to go in with a small little layer on this side where I use the sponge, and I'm just going to apply that with the brush just so I can get even coverage. Honestly, this foundation kind of runs down into the pump a little bit, which I don't really mind. I'm kind of messy myself, so it might just be me. But it's a little messy to work with, but I don't hate it. I still like it better than other squeeze tubes, so. I finished putting this foundation on and I am loving how it's looking so far. I put that one initial application on this cheek and on my forehead. I both used the brush for that side. And then this side I did the one layer with the sponge, and then I went back in with a little bit more foundation and went in with the brush, and I'm loving it. Obviously the color, it's still looking a little bit crazy, but I'm going to apply some Tarte Shape Tape and try to lighten it up just to match things a little bit better. But so far I am absolutely loving this. But I'm going to put on some concealer and be right back to test out the setting powder. I got some of that concealer on and I'm looking a whole lot better now. I know it looked crazy before, trust me, I know. But it does look better now and I don't look so crazy. It is obviously still a little dark for me, but it's okay. It's not something that I mind too much. If it was more obvious, I would mind, but this isn't bad for me at all. Just to show you guys up close what this foundation looks like, I do have a little bit of creasing underneath my eyes, but it's nothing major. I get creasing pretty much with every foundation that I try out, so that doesn't bother me too much unless it's a ridiculous amount, which this isn't at all. It's just a little bit under my eyes right here. My forehead is looking amazing, my cheeks are looking amazing, and around my mouth is looking really good. I just want to know why there are carrots in the assorted fruit gummy pack. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but the flat top brush was $10. The foundation brush is originally $9, and then this setting powder is also $9 as well. As I said before, I did get the shade Translucent, and this stuff feels so soft. I think that this is going to be a really good powder. I just hope it's not too yellow for me, but I don't think it's going to be at all. I think it looks really nice, so I'm actually pretty excited to test this stuff out. I'm just dipping my brush in a little bit, and I have about that much on it if you can see. And I'm just going to go underneath my eyes and pat this in, and I'm going to try to bake just a little bit. Honestly, this is such a nice powder, you guys. It is so finely milled. It just glides on your face. It's definitely all over my shirt now, but it's okay. I'm just putting this everywhere that I'm worried about creasing or getting oily. Not that I'm worried about getting oily lately because I am on Accutane. Just in general, that's where I would usually put it. This seems like such a nice powder. It's so finely milled that it's so easy to put on your skin, and it's not chalky anywhere that I see. Overall, it looks really good so far. I have to admit something. I really am liking this foundation so far. Ignore my lips. I promise I'm not that bad at putting on lip gloss. They're just Accutane lips. But the concealer went on really well over top of the foundation. The powder it's a dream. I love that powder. Everything just went on so smoothly. Everything looks so filtered like the foundation claims in its title. Everything just looks so good. I'm definitely going to be doing check-ins throughout the day. It's 11 o'clock now, so I still have some time to kill before I can run to Sephora. But I'll mess around the house, clean up a little bit, and I will check in with you guys in just a couple of hours. I just want to say that these watermelon freezes from Taco Bell are so stinking good. Oh my gosh. Alright y'all, ignore my face and neck difference. It has oxidized a little bit, but it's nothing too terrible. So it is now 6:30, and so this makeup has been on for almost, well, it has been on for 7 hours, 7.5 hours about, and it's looking really good. So if I bring you up close, I do have a little bit of creasing around my mouth, but it's nothing severe. I crease with every foundation, so a little bit I don't mind. I also have a little bit on my forehead, which I usually don't get, but if I just kind of rub my finger across, it goes away. My lips are super dry as well. But overall, this foundation is holding up really well, and it's been 99 degrees here, is what my phone is saying that it is, so it's pretty hot and it's really, really humid here. So I would definitely say that this foundation is holding up really well, and I'm very impressed. But I'm gonna hop off of here and check in just a couple more hours after I get home. I have been in the car today for like 5 hours and I am exhausted. This makeup has been on for 12 hours now and it has held up so well. Ignore my lips. I put on like a lot of chapstick earlier because they were so dry. We were switching elevations so much, driving into the mountains and back down, and they're a mess. They've got a lot of chapstick on them. But crease wise, my face is pretty much the same as it was before, just a little bit of creasing around my mouth. My forehead hasn't really changed at all since then. No foundation has rubbed off on my face anywhere. I was like scratching right here, so it might be a little bit dry. But that was my fault, not the foundations. I don't think that I mentioned this earlier when I was telling you guys about this foundation, but you do only get 0.85 fluid ounces in here. And usually the standard is 1 fluid ounce, but you do not get that in here. But it's close enough, and for $12, it's okay. Like, that doesn't bother me. Overall, I actually really, really like this foundation, and I think I'm going to order another shade lighter, or like 2 shades lighter than I did with this. This was light 70, and it's too dark for me. I realize that, I know. I can't believe that this foundation has lasted as well as it had. Like, I've been in the car playing my DS, playing Pokemon, and I've been like resting my hand on my face just like with my DS on my other hand, and this foundation hasn't moved anywhere. If any of you guys were on the fence about ordering this foundation and testing it out, I would definitely say go order it right now. I think that it is a very, very wonderful foundation for the price point. Considering I just tested out a $40 Dior foundation that was absolutely awful, and this one is $12 and it's amazing. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in my next video.